Some people say they've seen the other side.
And it opened up like a rip in the fabric of that reality.
They are no longer themselves. They are no longer in space and time.
We believe that the end of life is not well researched, and more research should be committed to this endeavor.
Is death the end?
There's no scientific proof that there is an afterlife.
Or is there something more?
It was really a miracle.
It takes an hour and a half to cut Christine from the wreckage.
Es war erstaunlich zu sehen, als wir diese Verletzung.
It was bad. Her aorta had a huge tear. She was bleeding internally.
Eingerissen war und frei nach außen.
It really seemed like a miracle that the girl wasn't already dead by the time she got to the hospital.
Überhaupt lebend ins Krankenhaus gekommen. Wir waren in der Nähe des Herzens beschäftigt.
We were working near the heart to stop the bleeding.
Diese
And suddenly, her heart stopped beating.
Aufzuschlagen.
Because Christina's heart has stopped pumping, many would consider her dead. Yet something seems to be happening with her mind.
Das nächste, was ich wieder weiß, ist, ja, dass ich wohl unter der Decke.
Next thing I know, I was hovering underneath the ceiling of the room. I could see down on myself laying on the operating table. And I saw the surgeons and heard them talking to each other. The scenario was pretty hectic. I realized that this was about life or death.
To help understand near-death experiences, some researchers focus on the content of these episodes.
A common element that occurs early in near-death experiences is what's called an out-of-body experience. At that time, the person seems to be able to see and hear things going on, but up from the vantage point above their body. Often what they describe are the doctors frantically trying to bring them back to life.
Medical science has an explanation for what's happening to Christina.
A near-death experience to a neurologist is first and foremost a crisis. Christine's brain was in a severe state of crisis. The switches in her brain that control consciousness malfunction. And it enters a very unusual, a strange borderland of consciousness where it blends waking consciousness with REM dreaming consciousness.
As they leave the body, they begin to traverse this connection. They begin to travel from what this life is to what there would be beyond this life, after this life, outside of this life.
I can't exactly describe how I got from floating under the ceiling to this special place that I went to. The whole world I found myself in was engulfed in a very warm, brilliant light.
The bright light that so often accompanies near-death experience to a neurologist means that the visual system has been very strongly activated. There are many ways to activate the visual system, and among the strongest is REM consciousness.
Christine's awareness of these heavenly realms is classic. Near-death experiencers often describe realms that are beyond earthly in their beauty. They often use the term heavenly realms.
It looked similar like Earth, but all the colors were much brighter. and friendlier, absolutely beautiful. And the ground felt like cotton, very soft and warm. I know this because I wasn't wearing any shoes. I was wearing this beautiful, long, pale blue gown. I thought that was strange because I didn't own a dress like that.
Christina is going deeper and deeper into her near-death experience.
Ich habe ganz viele Menschen gesehen, so, und ich habe sie nach meinem Namen gerufen.
I heard somebody call my name. I looked into that direction and saw two people coming towards me. And I recognized them, although I didn't really know them.
Wobei ich sagen muss, sie waren mir eigentlich
They were my grandparents. I had only seen them in pictures because they had both passed away a long time ago.
In dem Moment, als sie dann auch meinen Namen sagten und sie auch so aussahen, wie ich sie von Bildern her kannte, war mir klar, das sind meine Großeltern.
We have scores of near-death experience accounts that describe meeting someone during the experience that they instantly recognize, and they know it was one of their deceased ancestors or someone who's part of their family. Sometimes it's a deceased ancestor they never even met, someone who died even before they were born.
I suddenly realized I was in heaven.